Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel yet again. This is Liquid Art Studios. My name is Justin, and what day is it? It's Wednesday. And what do we do on Wednesdays? We paint another freaking model. Today we are painting Kitana from the Mortal Kombat series, and this one was created by what I would like to consider a friend of mine now that I've met over on Instagram. His name is nachocg3d. I believe I said that correctly. Over on Patreon, I'll put a link for all of his things in the description below. Super cool dude, super talented dude. Really awesome models. Check him out if you want to paint yourself a katana or one of the plethora of other models that he has created. Also, I would like to take the opportunity to remind everyone that currently right now, Gallery/Kaleido is still running their Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. It started a little early. That's going to be going till December 1st. Make sure to check the link in the description below for that as well. Also, if you prefer to shop on Amazon, I have a code for that. If you go directly through my affiliate link, your boy gets a little bit of a kickback for that. So anyway, enough of the blah blah blah. Let's enjoy a few moments of the musicalness while we finish priming the model, and I'll get right back to you. And now would probably be a pretty good time to ask you maybe to click a few buttons down below here. Maybe the like button if you like the video. Hell, maybe even be crazy and click the subscribe button if you want to see what I'm up to every single Wednesday we do this. Yeah, maybe you want to do that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get into this thing. The base is a stony looking base, and I was trying to get kind of like a marble patina effect kind of thing going. So we're going to start off in a somewhat unorthodox fashion for stone, and we're going to lay down some brown first. And now that we're finished dry brushing all the brown in, we're going to come in with some Stonewall Gray, and we're going to go over top of that to brighten up the situation, and now we're starting to work towards that stone look. This base was a bit of a process. I just ended up throwing a bunch of stuff at it to eventually get the look that I was happy with, and you will see that because it was all documented in video, obviously, and we'll get there. This model is also in 1/8 scale. I scaled it up to 1/6, and the throne was just absolutely monstrous, so I left it at a 1/8. Now we're going to come in with actually a bone white, which is almost a deck tan, as you can see here. Like, it's pretty close, but it's a little more of a saturated yellowish kind of a deck tan. I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, so I go ahead and add that onto some of the highlighted areas, and just pretty much eventually ended up throwing it all over a lot of the things, but mostly trying to stick to some of the areas that I wanted to be a little more highlighted on the base of this model. And now that we have the majority of the dry brushing on this taken care of, we can go ahead and come in with some shades and add some texture and some depth into that using the Agrax Earthshade. And then also I came in with a little bit of Skeleton Horde to paint the parts of the skeleton, which I'm pretty sure are also still carved out of the stone that the rest of the throne is. But I just wanted to add some more variation into the colors. And now that I've grabbed the absolutely silliest putty that I could find, I went ahead and masked off this, it's like a blanket cape curtain thing that is laying over top of the throne, and it is a red color, so we're going to have to grab our trusty Kaleido primer, which is the best primer in all of the world, and you cannot convince me different. And we're going to go ahead and prime that white, and then take this blood red, or bloody red, and go ahead and start to paint some red onto the thing that is red. Following it up with some Caribor Crimson to spray into the shadows, because we need shadows. And then we'll go ahead and pull off the masking of the silly putty, and we are done with the base. And also I'm going to take some of this Kaleido Metal Titanium Alloy and paint these candle holder things. The Kaleido Metallics. I'm not just shilling this stuff, I promise. These Kaleido paints are magical, and if you have not used them, even if you don't use my affiliate link, just go somewhere and buy a couple of them just to try them out. They're crazy. I don't know how they do what they're doing, but they do it. And now we're back with some of the Ionic Wine Red to use on the candles that are on the candlestick holders. Wine red is one of those colors, I'm sure everyone has this, like you develop this little palette of colors and you feel like you have to use them in every model because it just makes sense. They're just some of your favorite colors, and this is one of my all-time favorite colors, wine red from Ionic. Also, a quick little plug, I also now have an affiliate link for Spraygunner, which is where I purchase 99.9% of my supplies, and they have loads and loads of the Ionic paint. So if you've watched my stuff for a little while and you're kind of curious about the Ionic and you want to pick some of that up, you can most definitely check out my link in the description down here for Spraygunner. They're also way more affordable than just going to Amazon. Like, I'm talking dollars per bottle cheaper. So now we're going to go in on the flames of these candles, and I took a yellow, a slime yellow, which is a pretty bright, well good coverage yellow, and I started wet blending that in with some of the wine red, and then I eventually also picked up a little orange to start kind of layering and texturing these flames to get them to look a little more realistic, and I'm pretty happy with the way that this turned out. With those being done, we can go ahead and put them on the base where they rightfully belong. And we're back with the Kaleido primer once again to add a zenithal to the body parts of this model. Like I said, it's a little small because it is a 1/8 scale, but that throne is just, it's a beast. So I left it alone because I didn't want something that probably wouldn't fit in my spray booth if I scaled it up. But if you want to live on the edge, by all means. And now we're going to come in with this phthalo blue, and that is going to be the base color for Kitana's outfit that she is wearing. I personally like to let the zenithal do a lot of the heavy lifting for my shadows and highlights. And now we're going to grab our trusty magenta to start layering down for the skin tones. And now we're going to come in with a neutral flesh to lay down a base flesh tone, because it's the tone of flesh, and that's the color you want to paint flesh. And now we're going to come in with an elf skin, which is a more highlighted skin tone. And because this body was so small, I didn't go too crazy with the highlight stuff. So we just left it pretty much with the two-tone. And then we're going to come in with our DIY Orcish Dermis replacement as well to add some texture and some warmth and saturation back into the skin. And I also just realized that I'm going to be uploading this a day before Thanksgiving. So everyone out there, if you're watching this, if you're going somewhere, be careful. Safe travels. Have a good holiday so we can come back and get together next Wednesday like a real family. And now I'm going to take some Reichland Flesh Shade and just kind of use this to tie everything in together. And now we're going to take that phthalo blue and go ahead and start painting the armor kini that she is wearing. And where this thing is a little smaller than normal, I was trying super hard not to screw up and accidentally get some on my skin tone, because unfortunately when these things happen, you have to start over. For all you know, this is my third time completely starting from primer. You don't know, you can't judge me. Well, you can, because you're the internet and that's what the internet does, but you shouldn't, because that would be mean. And it's the holidays, damn it. And then we will also paint the mask, because the mask is the same color as the rest of the clothing that she is wearing. And now I started to, there's a lot of silver details and pattern designs on all of her clothes. And I started to use this model color silver, but I just quickly realized that for this, going over top of the blue, it sucked. And we ended up swapping it out for the Ionic silver, whose metallics are also like top tier. Like these and Kaleido, neck and neck. Some of the best metallics that you can purchase. This again was also a bit of a painstaking process, because some of these are really small, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I did end up going over the edges white a bit and touching some of the blue with some of the silver, but that's okay because you can fix it. It's not as crazy detailed as skin tone, and it's not going to stick out as a sore thumb would if you try to just blodge over some skin tone that you screwed up. So I just took a little bit of that blue and just patched it up here and there where the silver went over, and I will bet you can't tell where I did it. If you can, or even if you can't, let me know down in the comments below. Can you see where I screwed up on the silver? And there are lots and lots of designs going down the legs and the arms. When you're doing trimming or lining like this, the best thing you can do is just kind of zone out, enter into a flow state, and hold your breath and have patience, because it's going to take some time. And we are back again with some more Kaleido metal, and we're going to start painting the fan blade weaponry that she is holding in her hands, one of which is flayed open and the other one's closed, as you can see. And I decided to get a little crazy and mix a darker blue with a silver and use that for a metallic blue color on the fan itself. And then I came back in with some more of that Kaleido silver color to paint the blades on this fan. And I swear I'm not just trying to shill this stuff or just shove it down your throat, but this is some of the smoothest paint I've ever used. And then we're going back with that ionic silver that we used on the clothing to paint the bottom part of her armor, if that's what you really want to call it. Her suit, what she's wearing, her clothing. And then I took some of that little silver blue mixture that I used on the fan to paint around her little armbands. Now we're going to take some of this Kaleido black, which is also just really good paint, and it's a gloss color, and we use that to go around the trimming on her top. Because in the pictures I was looking at of the model, it looked like the top actually had the black trimming. Again, these parts are always super terrifying because if you screw up, you're starting over from primer, and nobody wants to have to do that 3 to 4 times. I didn't, I'm kidding, come on. Have a little bit more faith in me than that. Jeez. And now that we have all of that done, we can go ahead and start attaching the body parts to the torso. And then we can place the torso in its rightful place on the throne. And then we can go ahead and attach her arms. That means we only have a head left to paint. Obviously. I mean, you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but it would look a little weird. And then we're going to take some more of that gloss black and, apparently completely off camera because I'm not good at being a YouTuber, paint the trimming that is around her mask. I'm going to take this cold black, which is also quickly becoming one of those, signature go-to colors for me. I just love this color. It's a little different than a straight black. Got a little bit of a greenish tint to it. I really like it. And I'm using that to paint her hair. And then we're also going to obviously use that to paint her eyebrows because it would be odd to paint her eyebrows a different color than her hair. And now we're going to take some deck gray, which I did black out the eyes and paint in the eyelashes. I skipped it. I don't know what happened. But anyway, yeah, we're going to quickly, because these are little teeny tiny eyes, not a whole lot of detail in that. Use the deck tan, then we use just one shade of blue, and then we put a pupil in. And now we are finished. We can attach her head to her body, and we have painted Kitana from Mortal Kombat. Oh, real quick, we almost forgot the coolest, most badass part, the gore. You can't paint a model from Mortal Kombat without including a little bit of blood, right? I'm sure you guys know this trick, but if you don't, Flesh Terror's Red, specifically. This color is the blood color. Just take a brush, scoop some up, and just hold it where you want the splatter to be and hit the brush with the airbrush blast. It's awesome. Creates nice little splatter effects wherever you want. When you're talking about Mortal Kombat, obviously, the more the merrier. Now we're finished.
Blade sharp, step hard, crown on my head. Kingdom's fall, bodies drop, filling with dread. Fan spin, strike quick, lightning in my hand. Enemies vanish, can't touch my land. Steel bite, silk tight, I move like a ghost. Bloodline, royalty, they fear me the most. Shadow steps, no rest, I rule the night. Kitana reigns.
Anywho, if you guys are sticking around at this point of the video, I do want to go ahead and extend my most gratuitous of thanks. I appreciate it. It's been a fantastic couple of months, about 2.5 months now we've been doing this, and we're going crazy with it. It's been awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching my stuff. If you like the video, please go ahead and click the like button to let me know if I'm doing a good job. If you want to stick around with us and visit every Wednesday, get the notifications and yada yada, click the subscribe button. It won't hurt anybody. Just click it. It's right there. It's dying to be clicked. Anyway, thank you guys so very much. I will see you again next Wednesday. Peace.
Slice, dice, watch 'em bleed.